Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Monday, March 25th, 2013. Thank you all for tuning in. Let's jump right into the charts here. We're going to look at the usual S&P 500 E-mini futures. You'll see that the futures are higher this morning by about 5 3/4 points to around 1557 and a half. They have pulled back a little bit off the morning highs, but nonetheless, markets are trading higher. It looks like there was a deal reached last night around 7:30 in the evening East Coast time regarding Cyprus banks. So we'll see how the Cypriot banks looks like they're getting a bailout deal, at least at the moment. So that is the big news this morning. It looks like depositors with over 100,000 euros, anybody less than 100,000 will not get any kind of tax levied against them. Anybody with over 100,000 euros will get a tax levied against them. So we'll see how that all plays out and shakes out. It looks like it will not need a vote, so this is another one. Normally the Cypriot Parliament will need to vote on it, but not this time around. So I'm not sure how this is all going to play out. But banks are still on a bank holiday there, but nonetheless, it looks like there was a deal struck between the Troika and also the Cypriot government. So we'll see how this all plays out going forward. Either way, I don't know if this news can be, how it can really be interpreted. We just really care about how the market reacts, and that's what's most important. So, again, it looks like if you have less than 100,000 euros, you will be spared any tax on your savings account. And if you have more than 100,000 euros in a deposit account, you will be levied somewhat. They didn't give the percentages out yet. So, we'll see how that plays out going forward. But either way, it's still it's still not the greatest of deals out there, but I guess it is what it is in this day and time. So we'll see how the market plays out. With that said, the European markets are all trading higher today. You have the German DAX up 1.25%, French CAC 40s up 1.37%, Spanish market, the IBEX 35 up about 1%. The FTSE MIB, which is Milan, the Italian market, is negative by about 0.8%. So that is not a positive. We'll have to see how that plays out going forward, but that one market is not reacting, and Italy is still really one of the most dangerous markets in Europe at the moment. You take a look at London FTSE 100, they can print their own money. England can print their own money. They're up about 0.9%. So all of these markets are holding up pretty well ahead of the opening bell here in the United States, and we'll just see how it plays out going forward. Last night in the Asian markets, you did have Japan rebounding again, up 1.68%. They were the big winner. But prior to that, they were down 2%. So it's getting to be, up 2%, down 2%, up 1%. It's a very, very volatile market. Also, the market is being flooded with cheap money, and that's really the driving force behind it. So we'll just take it one day at a time there. The Shanghai index, which is probably one of the more important indexes in Asia, was flat on the session. It was down 1 point. India, the Bombay Sensex index, down about 0.3%. We're not going to make too much out of that, but that index has been a little bit on the weaker side as of late. So we'll just have to wait and see how this all plays out. This morning, you do have gold trading lower by $14 to $1,593 an ounce. Let's take a look at the GLD. So gold is getting hit today. A pretty good little sell-off on gold to around GLD trading right now around the 154.28 level. Closed at 155.55. So that has definitely had a pretty good little pullback ahead of the opening bell. Let's take a look at the price of light sweet crude out there, which is up 78 cents to $94.49 a barrel. Take a look at the USO, which is a good proxy for oil, and you'll see USO catching a pretty sizable bid here. That's even with the stronger dollar, but oil is catching a pretty good little inflationary bid, even with the stronger dollar today. But we'll have to watch that one closely. As the dollar gains much strength, I don't see oil really going much higher, but if the dollar starts to fall, and that was the anticipation that the dollar would fall off of this deal, oil would trade higher, and that's why oil is up this morning. So we'll see how that all plays out. But either way, you do have gold down, oil up, and it looks like we'll just have to wait and see how this market shakes out a little bit later. It is a Monday. Volume can be a little bit on the lighter side, but you do have some economic news out today. It looks like you're going to have the Dallas Fed monthly survey. That's going to be out at 10:30 this morning. I believe we're also going to have Ben Bernanke speaking this afternoon at 1:15 p.m. So we'll have to watch for that at 1:15 Eastern Time. Ben Bernanke, I believe, is giving a speech to the London School of Economics. We'll just have to wait and see if the market reacts to it. There are other bankers that are going to be speaking there, like Larry Summers and Mervyn King. But either way you slice it or dice it, everybody's going to be looking for the words out of Ben Bernanke and see what he's going to say. And he can always move markets with just really just one sentence. So I think we're all going to have to watch for that going forward. But Ben Bernanke is speaking today at around 1:15. Now we do have some gap plays out here this morning. It looks like we're going to have a couple of them. UTHR is going to be one. It looks like Apollo Group is going to be another. So we have several gap plays out here. They'll be posted up this morning in the chat room at 9 o'clock. So those of you out there watching the video want to come over and get the morning gap plays, please just come on over to the chat room. They'll be posted up there every morning at 9 o'clock. You'll get all of my gap plays each and every morning. I think you got to take today just one step at a time. The market is trading up off this news, but it's nothing all that great. And actually, we've seen a decent little bit of a fade really since the opening bell. So I don't think traders are really making too much out of this Cyprus bailout news like it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. It will still, have it still has a little bit of a negative tone to it, even though there is a bailout deal in the works, or at least struck, and we'll just see how it goes from there. But it is what it is, and we just really care about the market's reaction as a trader. All right, so with that said, everybody, I want to wish you all a great trading day, and we'll see you all on the charts. Take care now. Have a great morning.